Come in, friends. The door is open. Won't you sit down? No, not there. Sit by the fire. Let the bristling flames warm you. It is chilly in here, as if the cold air of death were in the room. The door is closed. The demons are ready. Clutch your chair. You are trapped in the Chamber of Chills.
All the stories we tell are true. We believe in ghosts. Do you?
Chamber of Chills presents Lost Brother. Brought to you by Van Gorder. Growing up in a household filled with schizophrenic, sociopathic child molesters, a pimp, a hooker, and drug addicts lends itself to a myriad of truth-filled tales. But for now, I'll tell you just one of them. The story I'm about to tell you is true. At least it's true as I know it. Some might say that my mind is a bit broken up due to the not-so-nurturing environment I grew up in. As I mentioned, the home I grew up in was full of monsters, seen and unseen. For now, I'll give you just one scary story as I remember it. My name is Betty. I grew up with 2 brothers, 1 sister, and a single mother. We were all gifted, at least that's what they'd say. But in some ways, I wondered if there was a curse to having such gifts. When my brother Donald turned 14, he spent a lot of time in his room, talking to people I never saw. Sometimes, I'd hear more than one voice. On several occasions, I would hear the other voices. Thinking he had friends over, I'd let myself in so I could say hi. "What you doing?" I looked around, but nobody was there, but Donald standing in the middle of his room. "Get out!" "Where is everybody? I heard voices. Where did they go?" "Leave! They don't like you. They won't come out if you're here. So go." "Who are they? And why would they not want to talk to your little sister?" "Because I said just go." With a crushed heart that my brother would befriend anyone who could dislike his little sister, I slowly walked backwards and shut the door. Then I went to my room and prayed. No Hail Marys or anything, just my kind of way. I fell asleep after. I woke up about an hour or so after and went to the kitchen to grab a glass of water. As I was walking back to my room, the water in my glass began to shake. I looked around. Nothing hanging on the walls was shaking. Something was not right. I continued to walk down the hall to my room when I felt a cold sensation coming from my brother's room. I checked the thermostat. It said only 68 degrees. This was no 68 degrees. Then I heard Donald yelling, "Let me down!" "Doggone it," I said to myself. He'd done it again. He liked to mess with the unknown. Drugs, sex, and other worlds. I knocked on the door. "Donald? What's going on in there? Are you okay?" I didn't wait for a response. The knock really wasn't for him. It was a warning to whatever or whoever was in his room that they better leave because I was coming. I opened the door and there in the air was his mattress bucking around like an angered bull, and he was riding it like an ill-skilled rodeo clown. "Donald, can I help you? I got this. I can handle this. I have to learn how to deal with this without you." "Are you sure? I can make them go, but you have to give me permission." "No, get out. It's fine. I made them mad. I'll do what they say. Just get out. I know what I'm doing." So I backed out of the room for the second time that day and closed it behind me. About 3 hours later, Donald came out of his room. I peeked in to see his mattress, disheveled, but back on the floor. His bed was unmade as usual. It all looked fairly normal. Everything but Donald. On Donald's face was a smile that looked as though it were painted on. his eyes vacant and alert at the same time. He moved like a robot, a foreigner, a character from another place. I approached.
Donald? Is that you?
No response. He just turned to me and smiled. I lost Donald that day. Since then, I haven't been able to find him. Have you seen him? Hey, if you see him, tell him his little sister misses him. All right?